So how was that transition going from childhood to adulthood? So, I mean, you were ready for it because you checked off the boxes, but how did it go? How was it?
Oh, it was definitely a struggle. I look back and I was so sheltered. I grew up in a really small town in East Texas, super sheltered. And I just thought I knew it all. And then little did I know my parents I was growing up in a very guarded environment. And that's why I wanted to leave though. So I wanted to leave because I felt like I want to be free and da da da. And I left and was like, oh, this is what the world is like. Oh, no. Like, but me being so stubborn, I was like, I don't care what happens. I don't care if I have to work 3 jobs. I'm not going back. So I struggled when I really didn't need to, or I didn't have to because I was so stubborn.
Let's talk about this guarded, because that's a big piece right there. You know, as a child, you don't realize all the sacrifices that your parents make. I remember writing a poem by my mom. Sacrifice was my mother's middle name, because I didn't realize how many corners she cut to make sure things were as they should be, or just the preparation. You might not even cut corners, but making $1 out of 15 cents, like she did that, made a miracle. How was that transition for you to know, like, I was protected, but now I think I got it. But wait a minute, maybe I do need protection, but I don't want to go back, but I need the protection.
Yeah. It was a catch-22 because my parents were adamant that, like, okay, you're 18, you want to be grown. But at the same time, I definitely was struggling on the low. Like, they didn't even know that I was like eating ramen noodles and had no money. They were just like, you said you got it, so have it. But we are here. So there were definitely moments where I had to reach out to them and humble myself. Ooh, that's a hard pill to swallow, but I had to humble myself and, say I need help. But it was it was a struggle. I mean, it was not easy, especially that first 1 to 2 years, because you're figuring out what's real, what's not, who could hurt you, who is not, who does not have your best interest at heart. Yeah. And as an 18-year-old girl, you have some things to learn.
Absolutely. Jeannie said, if I could go back, I want to be 16.
Here's what I know to be true is that if I could go back right now, and part of it was that my parents didn't live in a city, in that they lived in the country. If they would have lived in Dallas, which is where I ended up moving, they would have had to kick me out, baby. Like, because I would have been rent free. I would have been on the insurance till I was 26. If I had some things to do over, I would. When I was most frustrated, it was because I didn't believe that I could get out of it. So kind of to the point that we were talking about earlier. So if you're frustrated in this current season in your life, it's okay to feel that way. Like, it is okay. Like I tell people all the time, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to feel those feelings. So feel that feeling, but let that feeling fuel whatever your next move is. Whether that's something you need to get help with, or you need to do, or you need to leave a job, you need to go back to school, whatever it is that you need to do, let that be fuel for you, and don't stay there long. So I do believe in feeling those feelings, but don't stay there too long.
Yes, it could get you. Don't stay there too long. What's something you learned was more important than you initially thought?
Ooh, I think transparency. Like truly being transparent about who you are has opened up so many doors for me. One of the things on LinkedIn, I talked about my sobriety journey. And I have people tell me in my personal life, like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. That's going to cost you, like, because people are going to see that. They're not going to want to hire you, da, 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 da. I have gotten more job offers since I've talked about that than I ever did before. So it's the most ironic thing that I'm talking about something that is so, like, shameful to people and that people don't talk about. And yet it has fueled my career.
Yeah. Friends, it is okay to be transparent. You never know who's likely saying, you never know what doors you're opening for yourself. You never know.